showed, Russia when people were starving in the street, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, now it's the Red Scare. That's how the Republicans are going to run the midterm now. Here's the fireworks from last night. Anybody stay up for that?
No.
It was wasn't until midnight, but it woke me up. Well, it didn't wake me up. I was trying to go to sleep, and then the fireworks started, and we're close enough. I mean, like a mile and a half or something from there.
Hope they had clearance for those.
So what I did, I actually got up then, and I started taking pictures. And so I did get some pictures of the fireworks from it.
But the TV didn't show a lot of the Los Angeles Coliseum show. Mm-hmm. You had to go online to see it.
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it just happened that it kind of competed with, what's his face finally getting on stage. As far as the timing.
Jeez.
Huh. I had a picture. I was looking for my picture I took last night. I got up from our top floor. Well, you could see. Where are these things going? Oh, here it is. That's the picture from our top floor last night. That's the Zoom.
So he did a crappy state fair and then a ton of fireworks. Yay.
Ton of fire. I think they lasted maybe it seemed like it lasted like an hour and a half, I'd say.
Really?
Those fireworks have a lot of toxic heavy metals in them.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And a lot of birds last night.
Yeah.
That area with toxic heavy metal poisoning.
The fireworks are kind of a metaphor for our tax dollars that are just being used frivolously.
And
the jet flyover too. What about that?
Yeah.
But here's
all that
this
fuel.
Is the one that. Yeah. This picture.
We
got
somebody
coming in.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Mary.
Hello.
Howdy.
Mary. Oh, this is Mary. Are you from Alabama? No,
Yep.
Is it out Mississippi? Alabama.
Hey, you're here.
Did I get it right? Alabama, right?
Yeah, I'm from Alabama. Howdy.
All righty. Yeah. What's been going on? Well, we've been here. We've been waiting for you. We're just looking at some fireworks now.
What I started to say is that one of the major causes of death for our national symbol, the bald eagle, is lead poisoning. And we donated a whole lot of kill to the atmosphere.
One of the things that I've got my text from the DC alert text last night about 1:00. They sent out an air quality alert about an hour. The fireworks were over. We got an air quality alert.
We had storms. From 6:30 until like 1 a.m. So all the fireworks displays that are around, like the big ones in different towns, because they actually in Minnesota it's spread out. So like you don't have two towns at the same time doing fireworks. It's like several different places, and so all of at least 3 of them I saw were canceled because of the weather, and we had no power for 2 hours.
Well, Mary, there, what did you do for the 4th?
I stayed in bed all day.
That works.
Oh,
at work. This one was my artsy picture. I didn't mean for it to. I took this one about right after midnight when it was right at the close. This was the finale, and I didn't have this other one here. I had on Zoom. That one was on a Zoom, but then when a Zoom full shot, I think that's kind of artsy looking. That looks like a painting, doesn't it?
It kind of looks like you're in the movie Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, it does like Moulin Rouge. That's a good compare. What did you say, Nash?
I was saying in the foreground, you've got these two back entrances, which
Yeah.
that's what makes it kind of arty.
Yeah. And you know what you can't see it's in the dark there, just to the right of there is the house where Teddy Roosevelt lived when he was Assistant Secretary of Navy, actually. Just to the right there, but it's all in the darkness. It's covered up by.
Is that Georgetown?
No, this is DC DuPont Circle. This area is called, and it's pretty close. As you can see there, the National Mall there is. I actually looked it up yesterday when I was hearing all the jets, and I was wondering how close are we? It was we're 1.2 mile from the National Mall right there. So.
Oh, and there was no, quote unquote, knock on wood, no attempted assassination attempt that happened that we know of yet.
Well, they'll make up one just to fill the news cycle.
Just like the drone. Where the hell were the drones? I didn't hear about any drones until like 2 days after, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, we got him." Oh,
yeah.
Since everything happened, we still haven't heard anything about the ballroom shooter.
Yeah, they've stayed quiet about that too.
You're right. You're absolutely right. It's like I totally forgot about that. I mean, yeah. What? I'm all focused now on the pool. The guy they arrested for attacking the pool with his bare hands.
Yeah, speaking of the pool, I seen some guy on Twitter. He claimed that he went up and down the pool. Like, you would have to do like 100-yard dash with a box cutter to do what they're saying happened. So he made a joke saying that. The Secret Service showed up to his house for it.
Is that right? See, they're all. I mean, Trump has all these agencies just in a frenzy. He wants a body count. I mean, he wants people arrested. And it doesn't matter if they can stick the charges, get grand jury indictments. He just wants arrests, and they're just in a frenzy to arrest people. And the same thing they did with ICE too for a while when they had their quotas that came directly from him. Huh. Yeah, that what's his name? The Secretary of Interior was on. I had him here somewhere. Oh, here he is. Talking about it. Let's see if I can get that up.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. The reflecting pool's been a big success.
We did have a few vandals, but all that's going to be repairable, and that'll all be fixed in
the reflecting pool's been a big success.
And we've got the 340 million people in this country that are celebrating 250. We did have a few vandals, but all that's going to be repairable, and that'll all be fixed in the coming weeks as we go forward.
George,
well, you say it's been a success, but the pool is going to be drained this week, isn't it?
Yeah, they've got it fenced off and drained.
We don't know if we need to drain the whole thing or not because, the cutting happened on the edge. And, of course, it slopes from the edge. It's not a flat bottom pool. It slopes from the edge to the middle. And so we may be able to partially drain it and do the repair to be able to fix it. We may not have to drain the whole thing, but it could go very quickly. And, of course, again, when you're talking about 340,000 square feet of surface, even though there was,
Now, the interesting thing about that 340,000 square feet is the guy they charged with a felony. They caught him with 2. Janine Pirro said they had 2 square feet of paneling or whatever that stuff was. 2 square feet.
It's paint. It's layers of paint. It's not a pool liner. How can they cut it?
Yeah, it
was there. It is a small 99.99% of the pool bottom is perfect. The leaks have stopped. And so this will be quickly move on. And again, I think the press should move on too, because we've got great things going on. This is the kickoff of our 250th year. We're going to continue.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, move on. Nothing to see here.
Yeah, you're right. I've gotten so focused on these things, I forgot about that guy, the shooter or whatever he was going to be from the.
Oh, by the way, You wanted
Did they
to know
reschedule that press dinner? I don't know.
you wanted to know what they poured in the pool. It's hydrogen peroxide.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because that was in my old pool maintenance. I mean, I wasn't a pool man. We had a pool, and I had to do all the work maintaining it. And we learned that algae's, that's the worst thing. Well, it's no good really for algae. Chlorine's what you need for algae, and they were pouring hydrogen. I mean, algae just kind of laughs at hydrogen peroxide.
Over on the website, I put up the Boston fireworks with the drone images.
Over on where? Where's that?
Trail mix.
Oh, okay. But now here's the they had a fire on the Brooklyn Bridge last night on the New York, and it was just
Yeah, they did.
Ooh. Huh. That's the only mishap that I know of. Well, when I see all these fireworks, it's amazing something like this doesn't happen more often. I don't know what.
Something, because they shoot them off. They used to shoot them off a barge.
A 37.
Huh.
We had up north, Duluth had really good fireworks over the lift bridge. And then we had, what else do we have around? My mom went to one on her boat, but Emmanuel Macron, though, did not say anything to the Cheeto. Instead, he took a picture. He had a picture of the Statue of Liberty and posted that.
Cheeto
in chief, Or actually, I heard. I heard one over the weekend that I have to say.
Yeah.
Because it was on Threads and people are picking it up. He is now called the cunt of mostly Crisco.
On Threads?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, yesterday I didn't see this one coming. We were under assault, I guess, from these pools. I don't know what their story is. Look at that. They were marching around in masks.
Here
they are at the subway.
Don't you think to the gym?
Anybody know who these people are? These Patriot Front?
Patriot Front. I know almost everything about these guys.
Oh,
so listen.
Start talking.
Okay, so they're led by a guy named Thomas Rousseau. He's very, very short. Like every time you see him talking, he's wearing a cowboy hat to make himself look taller. He's always standing away from his guys so he looks less short.
Oh, really?
He's like a failed he's a failed journalist. He got like the only thing close to journalism he's ever actually done was for a school newspaper, which he got kicked out of for hate speech, obviously.
What's his name?
Thomas Rousseau. You'll see his mugshot. He looks kind of like a weasel. But he's very, like, if you pull up photos of him with his guys, notice how he's always standing away from them because he's short.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, these guys, I mean, these masks, they were all.
These guys come from. They come from an organization that was at Charlottesville called, I think it was called Vanguard America. They basically, after that one guy, he drove his car into that crowd of people, he was a member of them. They had a mini civil war, split up, and this is what's left of Vanguard America. And just, they want to seem scary, they want to seem intimidating, but they're pathetic. Like, you can go on their
they just look foolish just hanging out in the subway of the metro yesterday like this. They just look foolish to me. I mean, I don't know, they don't look
a friend of mine went on one of their like things. Now he's Hispanic, you have to be white to join this organization. He went in there, tried like to see what would happen if you tried joining it, which, I mean, you should never go to anything like that. So he went to their website, went to this like little secret chat room they had, and these people, I don't know, he said something about the guy talking with a lisp, and like, So you wanna join Patriot Front? You wanna?
Really?
They're pathetic. They want to seem scary, but they're a bunch of I don't know, basement losers.
Well, they just showed up here in town yesterday, and local news started covering them. I'm like, well,
They were supposed to be in Trump's parade that got canceled because of the heat.
Oh, they were going to be in the parade. Now, we got somebody new here, Tracy Theo. Welcome.
Hi. How's your day?
Hey, is this Tracy Theo? Tracy.
Yeah. You can call me Tracy. There's no problem.
Oh, I like this. I like this avatar. That's like.
Yeah, I got it from a friend. Okay, I got it from a friend's website. Then yeah, I just started to call. Sorry.
Tracy, how'd you feel about me explaining Patriot Front to these people?
It's quite accurate. Let me just be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, you know something about him too? Oh, good.
Yeah. I even have one person who talks to me who is aspiring to join Patriot Front, but he's like a kid. He's like 15 years old, and yeah pretty much.
Oh my, that's the scary
I've
part.
had the displeasure of talking to him.
Yeah.
Hey, Jack.
Hey.
Here. Yeah, we're talking about this Patriot Front crowd that showed up yesterday in Washington, and I didn't know anything about it. And turns out we got a couple folks here, Mary and Tracy, who know something about their background, and it ain't pretty. It's spooky. It's spooky.
Where are new folks from? Tracy, where are you from? Mary's from, you said Alabama?
Yeah, I'm from Alabama.
Yeah. Tracy, where are you from?
That is actually, I'm not actually American. I'm actually from Kenya. So sorry about that. Yeah.
Well, sorry, don't be sorry. Well, are you there? Are you there now, or are you here over here?
No, I'm there. Like I'm in Kenya. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, very nice.
She's planning to immigrate.
Nice.
That's
We'll tolerate you.
Okay. It's fine. It's all right.
Yeah,
We have our European contingent hasn't showed up yet, but yeah. All are welcome.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not that kind of like person. So yeah, I'm even scared of even talking. So that's it then. So
was it Kenya that Trump, for the longest time when he was building up his racist following, that he claimed Obama was from Kenya? Is that what?
Yes.
Yeah.
He claimed he was born in Kenya. Of course, his father was from Kenya. Obama's father was from Kenya, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. And, of course, we just don't know much about him, but it seemed like he was kind of a smart guy.
Yeah, I read a whole thing about it the other day. Let me look.
I've talked to because I like to debate these people. I like to speak to these, far right fascists and debate them.
Oh, the Patriot Front, really?
Yeah, I've talked to one of their leaders. It's not Rousseau, it's Ryan Sanchez. He's not the short one, but basically he feels like someone who's sheltered and like has never experienced the real world, and makes sense for why he believes this stuff. But I mean, I've talked to, I guess the worst person to talk to is Bert Colucci, but he's he leads the American Nazi Party, not the Patriot Front. I debated him for 2 hours.
Well, what kind of arguments do they make?
For Patriot Front, they talk about how they want to go back to how America was, but the problem is, so Patriot Front, they're not neo-Nazis. They're more of like your Mussolini, Francoist type of Nazis. They're more, I guess you would probably consider them to be phalangist. My thing's messing up. Am I still coming through okay?
Well, they're the Klan with a veneer of intellectual.
Yeah.
Well, hear this. this crowd yesterday. This is over at Union Station. I saw some of them. Now those are all American flags, but some of them had Confederate flags. I know.
But the reason they have the fasces on their flag is because they're more Mussolini, Francoist type of fascists. They consider themselves to be classical fascists.
Yeah, well, they've been doing these stunts for some time. I remember they went up Kansas City and marched along down to, I think it was Grand or something like that, for 3 or 4 blocks, and then got back in their little. They were being hauled around by U-Haul trucks. And whoever read the truck lost his account with U-Haul.
Well, U-Haul has been supplying it with to other crazy people.
Well, I was
what
wondering.
They do is,
go ahead.
So, with the U-Hauls, that's mainly how they get around. But they'll you don't really see it, but underneath their shirts and their hats and stuff, they have like not metal, but like plastic plates, because they know people are gonna want to fight them, so they kind of armor themselves up like that.
Yeah, these white masks is this their version of Klan hoods, white hoods?
It's the way. It's so they. Yeah. I would assume so, but it's more of like they wear that to try and conceal their identity because they don't want people. They don't want their families.
That's what the Klan hoods were for. This is a more fashionable look than the Klan hoods. They've updated the look, I guess.
I would think they would be very hot considering the weather yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, these guys were walking around in this, and it was 100. That was about 110 degrees right there when they were doing this.
Yeah, but they're manly men, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Some of them have hydration backpacks, but I noticed that they're all wearing either body armor or bulletproof vests.
Yeah.
See that their chest. And they're just looking for somebody to insult them so they can beat them up, but there's nobody there to insult them because it's too damn hot.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing is the anti-Antifa people back in 2016 that would go and confront these idiots, and they'd all have a big riot out there on Main Street. Or that's what happened in Kansas City anyway.
Yeah. Well, this crowd here, right here, if you can hear it, let's see. The crowd is shouting at him. This is DuPont. This is actually the Metro right next to our house. This is the DuPont Circle Metro. And the people up on the top are yelling. They're going down the escalator here, and the people on the top are yelling at them.
If you know about the people that were trying to build the whites only community,
I know what they were saying.
This was them.
What was that?
If you've heard about the people that were trying to build the whites only community in Tennessee, that was pretty big a year or two ago. This is them.
Oh.
And they have like training camps out in the Tennessee woods.
Yeah, now here's the part. I can't tell what the crowd's saying to them here. They're yelling at them.
How you sweat?
Don't mean to crack.
Well,
I'd be embarrassed to dress like that.
I know. They got the white slacks, the blue shirts, and then the masks and the hats. So it's an updated Klan look.
Yeah,
at least back in the 60s, the Klan put the hood away and just came out with honest bigotry, you know?
Now,
the weird thing about them is they have a lot of like beef with a lot of other hate groups. And I think the loyalist white knights of the KKK, they don't like them.
Oh, well, that's fair. They don't really like anybody, though.
Well, when you're full of hate, it's hard to get along, I guess, you know.
Yeah. The only people they get along with are the League of the South.
Okay.
The what?
The
What?
League of the South. They're kind of like a Confederate version of Patriot
Oh,
Front.
that's another one. League of the South.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just, this is their little cult.
But Craig, I think you should. Sorry.
The main thing I think you go ahead.
I think you should pull up a photo of their leader, Thomas Rousseau, where he's standing away from his guys to look taller.
Yeah, that does sound funny. It's Thomas Rousseau, maybe, or something like that. Ooh,
Yeah.
boy, he is not
French.
It's like the philosopher Rousseau.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's other Rousseaus, I guess. Oh, my.
Oh, he's.
Yeah, the one with the cowboy hat. Yeah. Or something. I don't know.
These pop-ups, I swear.
He hasn't lived through nothing. That boy is 27. Nah.
There you go.
I found one. Let me put it over on Trail Next. Just a minute.
This one's got a pop-up all over it. Oh, here's a whole bunch of them here, I guess. That's a whole bunch of them. Now, here's what
There's
they
one
have.
where
Oh, these are
standing with
booking
the whole-
images. Oh, this is all Patriot Front guys here.
Nice.
From an
Mugshot?
arrest. These are their mug shots. So here they are without their little masks. There they are without their little masks.
I wonder if they've all signed up for ICE too.
There is a good number of them who are nice, out of what I heard.
Okay.
A good number of them do. Part of ICE? You mean joining
No,
ICE?
like-
Yeah, a lot of them. I've seen videos of ICE agents with their tattoos and Life, Liberty, Victory tattoos. That's their slogan.
Well, they would ICE. The way ICE behaves would definitely be a good recruiting tool for them. To get them there.
They also have kind of like I guess kind of like a Krusty Krab chum bucket type of rivalry with the Proud Boys.
Oh.
Yeah, I was going to ask about because the Proud Boys I'm very familiar with, of course, because they were so active January 6th, and before that I was tracking them. And they've got
each other.
They've got a women's auxiliary group too. The mother, what do they call themselves?
I've got a photo of Rousseau here. If you put me on the camera.
Oh, I got you. Okay, yeah, because and you can use that privacy button or that private message button, but I don't. Others know how to do that. I don't necessarily. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Oh, I can't quite see that. Oh. Huh.
Hold on a second. Here he is. That's him.
Yeah.
Oh, with the cowboy hat.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
And he's the one in the middle of the picture we were looking at. Huh.
Yeah, I can't find a picture that shows his height though.
There should be one where he's wearing like sunglasses and he's kind of standing in front of his guys, but
from what I heard, he's around from a video I
We're
heard
giving
that he was around 5'6", 5'7".
We're giving these people way more attention than they deserve.
The only thing that worries me is I thought that about the Proud Boys, and then they freaking were the responsible for January 6th. So I take them more seriously now.
There's a few videos you could probably find on Twitter I've seen where you'll have guys in full Patriot Front uniforms like that and Proud Boys out there just fighting each other. They hate each other. Thomas himself has threatened Enrique Tarrio.
All those groups basically prove one thing. Because not a one of them's got a goddamn job worth a damn. Actually, Americans are in better shape than we want to give it credit because they've got the money to go to Washington, D.C.
Oh, speaking of that, speaking of their jobs.
This weekend was not cheap to be in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, speaking of their jobs, the Patriot Front is more of a multi-level marketing scheme Thomas Rousseau,
Yeah.
he's getting rich off of all these people. He doesn't work.
Oh, I
a day
bet.
and they make most of this on flag and sticker sales, but it's like he's using this as like a money laundering, like multi-level marketing scheme.
Right.
Right.
And
And
you say that again?
that's together with the mod, which comes with like the publicity of like the front.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah, I
got
got
most of their.
a photo of what he looks like in a crowd now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Half their members joined because the group is
Yeah.
featured in a mod for a video game.
Yeah, I can't
What
get that.
game?
Can't get
It's
that.
Hearts Fire and 4. It's a World War II
Oh.
strategy game.
Yeah.
It's how I learned about them.
Yeah, same
Well,
here.
one reason I'm focused on these guys, Jack, is they showed up in my neighborhood yesterday, and I never had seen this crowd, these guys before.
You need to be in a better neighborhood. That's all I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
I mean, they literally were a mile from here. It's less than that. To the
They were. I
Metro.
think they were invited by Trump to come to this parade.
That I'd like
Probably
to find
were.
out.
They were
that-
supposed to be in the parade, and it got canceled, so they held their own little parade.
So that's what was. So they were going to be in the parade then.
Yeah, I
Huh.
think so.
Huh.
So,
Yeah.
so Trump didn't have a parade, but we had a parade here in Springfield. A lot of people went down by the old part of town and had a good time.
You
Now,
know,
see, now, the ICE connection I'm interested in, they dropped the educational requirement for it. You now just only have to have a high school degree, I believe, and
Or GED.
or a GED. And these are the people they're targeting for this 38 million they got to hire 10,000 ICE agents, and it's all being done behind the scenes. We don't know who they're hiring or how they're going about it, and these are the groups that they advertise to for applications. I mean, it makes sense that these are the people. Some of these guys might actually have been ICE agents yesterday, for all we know.
Do you remember when ICE posted that thing on their social media accounts that was people criticized it because they had the lyrics to a fascist song, "We'll Have Our Home Again"? That's the anthem of the Patriot Front.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you have done some good deep drilling. Have you written any of this up? Any of what you've learned, or put it in an article or anything like that? Or?
I probably should.
You
I just
probably
researched
should.
these people because I'm
Start-
interested in what
start your
people believe
Substack.
and why they believe it.
Yeah, start your
Yeah.
Substack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might.
We'll all.
Yeah, you should,
Well, I mean,
yeah, you should sell a Substack, yeah, Mary.
Yeah.
these people, they're not the ones you should be, afraid of. These are just, idiots going out and playing dress up.
Right.
There's scarier groups like if you've heard of the Order of Nine Angles or Adamov, and those groups are way worse.
And
Yeah. And they're all out there on that
They're-
dark web.
Are they, like-
not really on the dark web? They recruit children to go out and like do horrible stuff.
and that's
They're-
why we need to limit the internet.
Yep.
Boom.
If you've not heard about these people, they're nihilistic neo-Nazis that are, when I say they're Satanists, they're not like Satanists in the sense of Anton LaVey. These people believe that Hitler was an incarnation of Baphomet, and they worship that incarnation. And these people like go online and like target children and stuff like that. And if you see a lot of these, a lot of these mass shootings, and you notice like that one that happened at that mosque, I think it was about a month ago. These
Yeah,
people
the
are
one thing,
influenced
yeah.
by these decentralized neo-Nazi terrorist networks. Like that guy was having like the symbols and everything, like the shield with the nuclear symbol on it and all that. And they're targeting kids.
Yeah, it reminds
that
me of
kind
the
of-
way they recruit suicide bombers. These terrorist organizations. They go after young, naive people, and they brainwash them, and they go out there and blow themselves up.
Now, I have to ask then, before Nick Fuentes is doing his little switcheroo thing he's doing, was he part of any of these kind of crowds or influenced any of these?
He was more.
Or is he more like
Fuentes is kind of connected to Patriot Front. He's friends with Ryan Sanchez. I know that, but he's not really connected to Adam Waffen or the 09A. Those people are nihilistic.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, an interesting thing about Nick Fuentes is I put him in a video a while back for something. I guess when he was going off on Trump and the Iran war and everything, and I did a little montage of people on the right, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who had turned on Trump over those issues. Anyway, so he was in the video, and TikTok totally throttled that video, and it took me a while to figure out what was going on, but I finally got an explanation that anything with Nick Fuentes in it, they just do not distribute in the For You feed. They will not distribute. They shut it down.
He's napalm.
Now YouTube did not. I had the same video on YouTube, and it went on like normal. But TikTok froze it. I mean, I call it. They didn't ban it because it's not freedom of speech. I call it freedom of reach. These platforms, when they throttle a video, they're denying you freedom of reach, not freedom of speech. You know, and in TikTok's case, because he was in it, they just shut it down.
What they decided was they didn't care about any. It was not in their interest to have a debate about this man.
Right. Yeah.
You know. So they just said, okay, no.
But Fuentes is interesting to me. He's claims to be a white nationalist, and he's not even white. And like, have you seen him defending Jeffrey Epstein?
Oh God.
Oh, does he?
He did. Though it sounded like it was a joke, but the way how he acts, he does sound like he is. So yeah.
With the amount of times he did it, I don't think it's a joke.
Yeah.
Huh. Now you talk about Fuentes was doing that. No.
Yeah.
Huh.
One consistency I've found among this group is that they all are in some way sexually warped.
Yes.
It's not.
Yeah. It's weird that you have
the creepy side of the spectrum.
Well, Fuentes himself, he doesn't want to
get laid. They would be much nicer people.
Oh.
If you know who Destiny is, he's a he's
Yeah.
not far right. There's a sex tape with him and Nick Fuentes, but I won't recommend looking into it.
Oh,
Oh,
lovely.
Huh.
Now, I don't care what floats your boat, but it better be adult and consensual.
Yeah, exactly.
Is this Fuentes here? Let's see. I've got one here.
First, you have the Trump coin scam, which is just.
Yeah, this one. This was something very recent. This was just in the last couple of days. And he's really going after Trump scamming his supporters, which is so true. I mean,
So first, you have the Trump coin scam, which is just. I don't know how he got away with that. How is that even possible? The president rug pulled the sitting president of the United States rug pulled his fans and supporters. Have you ever?
I mean, I only say that because he's one of the few people that is on the same rant that I've been in about this. Everybody talk about all the money that Trump made and everything. That's awful and corrupt and whatever. But the part that fascinates me is how he has literally stolen $4 billion from his own supporters. I mean, by selling them these coins that were worthless, he made the Trump family. It's a perfect correlation. The Trump family made $4 billion on crypto, and their supporters who bought the crypto lost $4 billion. It's perfectly aligned. Anyway, that's so I had to use Fuentes for that point because he's only one of the few people talking about it. So that's the only reason I pulled him up.
Well, that's always been true of any form of Ponzi scheme. The guys at the top get the cash. It's the guys on the bottom who pay for it.
Yeah.
Well, do you suppose the reason he's talking about it is because he invested heavily in crypto?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I thought about that. He might have. Well, you got, hey, I don't know if you followed Fuentes enough, Mary and Tracy, but can you explain this turn that he's made about Trump? I mean, because now he's pretty much trashing Trump on everything. What happened there?
Well, Fuentes is more of, I don't believe he holds any of the views he talks about. I think he's doing it just for money.
Yeah, that's very true. Like I've noticed, like I used to be a right winger. That's the then, and what I've realized with Fuentes is like, like a slider, like in terms of I don't know what to say, but his political views are like a slider. Like he doesn't have like concrete views. Like that's one thing I've like realized. And
slider, I like that. I like that word applied in that way. Slider. Yeah. That's
and
good.
From what I've realized from like, I think the reason why he doesn't really like Trump, especially right now, is because of, I think, for example, the immigration stuff is not being handled according to what he wanted. The state of the economy, because, you can see that the U.S. economy is not really doing so well in comparison to the start. And a bunch of other issues that have become kind of contradictory to what he wanted from the Trump administration and the party. And pretty much he has lost pretty much faith on that entire base. So but he's still like, his political views and stuff like that.
He's a wild character. I mean, he's just and with Charlie Kirk gone, he seems like he's a little more back on the scene. Would you say that's true? Seems like Charlie Cook was taking up a lot of the oxygen in the room for people like that. But been more of a vacuum.
The guy they say shot Charlie Kirk was a big fan of Nick Fuentes.
Oh, really?
And a lot of his fans, they call themselves Groypers. They're
part of the Groyper movement.
Well, that guy's hearing's coming up pretty soon. The preliminary hearing that the judge, I don't think the judge is going to let much of it be public, but that's the first time we're going to hear at least some of the evidence they've got against this guy. And weirdly, they've been fighting making it public, which I don't understand why prosecution doesn't want it public, but that's coming up, I think, this week.
What is he being prosecuted about?
For shooting Charlie Kirk. And his preliminary hearings coming up this week.
I thought you were talking about Nick Fuentes. Sorry. Yeah,
yeah.
Like I was thinking that
I bounced around a little bit.
Club, but okay.
My ADD kicks in now and then. I move around.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
But anyway, I just noticed that guy's hearing's coming up, and I'm interested in it because I want to see two things. I want to see is what prosecution evidence really is. And one of the things is I think they made up that crap about scrawling slogans on the bullets. Why they conveniently say that in every case. He scrawled a slogan on the bullet, and then we never see the damn bullet. But and the other thing is I want to hear what the defense comes up with if they're going to try to create doubt and point fingers in other directions.
Especially since the bullet that entered Charlie Kirk did not match the gun.
So that's the kind of thing this preliminary hearing is going to help us determine, because right now that's just in the ether. We need to see the facts, and I don't know if we're going to, because the judge has agreed, I think, to keep this hearing secret, which I don't understand that. Why is it being in those stores?
It is Utah. Utah is very I'll explain this because I've watched a lot of court cases out of Utah. they are very particular on what they will let out and what they will not. And they have, the judge has the choice as to how comfortable they are. There are several court cases out of Utah that are not broadcasted because the judge does not feel comfortable with it, or prosecution or defense doesn't feel comfortable with it. It very well could be that they're trying to keep it more under wraps to keep the conspiracy theories less crazy.
Yeah.
Speaking
Well, I
of
think he's going to close it because both sides want it closed. So.
Yeah.
I want to add. I want to add to the thing. So, with him riding all over his guns, they're trying to say this guy was, he was far left, he was Antifa.
Yeah.
The thing with these mass shooters that ride on their guns, every time they do this, it's always a Nazi, because they're doing this because of the Christchurch shooter. He was the one that started that. So every time you see these people, the white marker all over their guns, that's why.
Speaking of judges doing bad things, the one who told the administration they don't have to put the truthful signs back into the national parks. They were ordered to do it by Friday, and he stopped it. They don't have to do it.
Hey, Dexter, I think we can hear your fan.
Oh, Dexter.
I can hear your fan.
I don't have any volume on or anything.
Okay, now it's okay. All right, I heard something.
I just had a couple of comments. Burgum swore today on with George Stephanopoulos that stuff is not paint on the bottom of the pool. It is an industrial thick coating, and that's been disputed by a lot of different people. And the other thing I want to say, maybe you can help me out on this. 2 days ago at Mount Rushmore, Trump sounded all Joe McCarthy against the Red Scare coming up. And I think he's lumping in Bernie, AOC, and Mamdani. All together. He's calling them communists, even though he's being real phony around the mayor of New York, saying, oh, we get along good on a lot of things. He's trying to call them communists. Now, am I on the right track?
Yeah, because
he's got them all lumped together. All of the progressives.
You can read all.
Well, they're silly enough to use a socialist word. What do you expect?
Yeah.
He can't even define what will ground most people in the United States.
It doesn't matter.
Communism and socialism.
When people hear communism, though, it gets their hair on stand on end. They want oh boy, we better watch out. We got a red thread again, just like 1950s.
I think you're wrong about that, Dexter. I mean, younger people, and I would include people in their 30s and 40s. Communism doesn't work with them. I mean, they just don't know what it is, and they're not afraid of it. I mean, you really have to look at people in their 60s to even remember, like Mao Zedong and Stalin. And,
but I just got to point out, Dexter, I wrote about this morning on Substack.
I read it. Yeah,
that's it. The Red Scare.
That's why I brought it up.
And the thing is, what struck me about it is it's also what Hitler used, the communist scare when that half-blind kid from Norway, about 23 years old, set a match to the Reichstag and it ended up burning. They didn't wait for the police report. They immediately blamed the communists, and that was how he seized power. Really, when he really seized power, is they used that episode to suspend civil rights and a bunch of stuff. So I mean, the communist, it's an old fascist playbook.
It's not just an old fascist playbook. It's just a Republican playbook for years. We don't have to use the fascist word. We can just talk about
I'm not trying to tell you how the people absorb this.
There aren't any communist countries left on the earth. You've got China.
Starting it up again. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
what's he doing it for? He's doing it because there's people like you, Nash, and like me, who will sit there and know about and believe the communist thing, or believe the socialism and communism are the same thing.
Right.
Well, what they're worried about is
they don't care. People under 30 don't vote. People over 60 do.
Well, I'd say people under 30 got him elected, though, by turning out like they did in 2024.
Maybe they'll show up, maybe they won't.
But the thing is,
the old parts,
what they're worried about is
election.
These younger people are socialism is becoming popular. I mean, they used to get away with saying that's socialism.
If they're going to college.
And that
That's
was
what I'm saying. And Trump's trying to get under their. He's trying to get in their heads. Trump's trying to get in their heads and saying, "We got to watch out for this." He's trying to get people's mind flipped. He thinks he's got that power, the Great Wizard of Oz.
Sorry. I've read a lot of socialist theory. I've read Communist Manifesto, State and Revolution, Reform Revolution, a lot of books by Trotsky. So I mean, I'm pretty well educated on the subject, and it's just they've tried this time and time before. Using Red Scare propaganda is not going to work when they can't even define what communism actually is.
Then what's he doing it for? Why
Trust me, it'll work.
Why is Trump starting it up again? This old trope.
Because they're afraid of the word. It's not necessarily the ideology. It is afraid of the
for
word.
one thing, they see Medicare for all catching on, and they want to call that communist. To stop.
Even more than that, they have people facing their college education bills collecting interest, and then someone tells them, "Hey, the GI Bill used to pay for that."
Yep.
And
it did for a while.
And
now it does again. There was a gap in there when it didn't. But I can't talk about that now. I don't have time.
But also, a lot of people, more my generation, are reading into socialism, reading into communism, understanding what it is, and the Revolutionary Communist America, they're Trotskyists. They're getting more and more people by the day. The Party for Socialism and Liberation, the Democratic Socialists of America, the American Communist Party, even though, I'm not a big fan of them. All of them are getting more and more people by the day because people are seeing that the material conditions of the working class are bad, and these people promise results.
Why can't you get the working class to vote Democrat then?
Because the Democratic leadership are all conservative in economics. I mean,
the conservatives pander to.
They will vote Trump. They will vote Republican.
The establishment
that is not
has switched to Republican since in this century.
But that's where he's losing. He has lost a lot of support with them with this inflation in the last year. I mean, the numbers are.
Yeah, but they're not going to vote Democrat.
Well, no.
I mean, I agree. I mean, the same polls, the same polls that show him bleeding support. They don't show any love for the Democrats. That's true. If they don't show up and vote at all, that would help the Democrats. But I don't see them actually switching to Democrats.
Well, I'm going to insult Nash here, and I'm going to apologize before I do it. Okay. In this state, basically the Democratic Party is represented by the African American community and the college professors and their students.
In your state,
what state is that?
Huh? Missouri. And I'll bet you, if you look around in every state like Iowa and all that, it's the same thing. The solid core Democratic working class voters are voting Republican. And they've been voting Republican since Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, I know that. My criticism is towards the Democratic leadership, the people like Schumer. They're conservative in economics and liberal on social issues, which is not working for them, right? What they have to do is go back to FDR and be liberal on economics. And they're not doing that. And believe me, the leading Democrats are more afraid of Bernie Sanders than they are of Trump.
Yeah, they are.
I don't think anybody's afraid of Bernie Sanders except places like Missouri where the Democratic Party is controlled by the left.
Well, I live in New England.
And nobody votes for Democrats anymore.
It's pretty popular in New England.
I guess as a younger person, and this was my first time voting, I'm working class, I vote for Democrats. The Democrats they're not offering, the Republicans pander to, more rural people. The Democrats pander to more urban people. They're not. Neither party's offering solutions. Both parties are giving tax breaks to the billionaires, and while the Democrats are slightly better, they're not better by much. We need, and that's what the DSA is doing. They're getting, people who actually, want to change things into the Democratic Party. But then Chuck Schumer and I forget his name.
Jeffries.
They're talking about Jeffries, Hakeem Jeffries. They're mad that the DSA is getting all these people into the Democratic Party, like Saran Mamdani and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and they're wanting to kick these people out of the party when they're the ones that actually care about the working class. And it's because both of these parties, they're two sides of the same corporate coin. They don't care about the working class. They just care about staying in power.
Well, we've got some flashpoints elections in the midterm to test this stuff, like Plattner blowing out the Democratic, the establishment governor, for Democrat in that race, it looks like the Michigan Senate race, the Democrats are moving away from the establishment Democrats, and some other places. And I don't know where it shakes out, or if it's good or bad or indifferent, but it's happening. I mean,
how do
you? I think Plattner is an interesting thing in Maine. In fact, Maine itself is interesting in that the only alternative they had to Plattner was
the governor,
a 70-year-old governor.
Yeah.
That, and this is basically, to my notion, where the National Party really falls in, is they were supporting her. The National Party was, rather than trying to recruit a young, vibrant person.
When you got the same dynamic you've got in the Michigan Senate race, I'm going to pull up this Abdul candidate here, who I think is going to win that thing.
I love him. I love him. Love him.
Odds. But here's how he's running. Check this out. I mean, I got to pull off the other thing that I had on, but that race.
Real quick, can I ask what y'all think of Plattner? On my opinion of him is, I think I like a lot of the policies that he's talking about putting in place, but I feel kind of put off by him used to being a mercenary for Blackwater and the Nazi tattoo and some of the stuff he said when they found out he was cheating on his wife. But I have mixed feelings on it.
I think that you have to be suspicious, but at the same time, there's always room for reform. And he was a Marine, and he was suffering from PTSD. So, maybe he's seen the light, but it's a wait and see. But he's still better than what they've got.
I like some of what he's saying.
Yeah.
The tattoo is irrelevant.
Yeah.
He was a Marine. It was a badass tattoo. Of course, I'm going to put it on. Have you ever seen Marines without badass tattoos?
And he also said it was a drunken night where he and his Marine buddies went and got tattoos.
Well, what that doesn't matter. Is you cannot keep track as a young Marine of every Nazi symbol out there. He didn't tattoo a swastika on his forearm.
It was not a swastika. It was a skull.
I like how he tackles billionaires.
It was a skull. And you know how many different badass groups use the skull?
Or like Mark Rowan here.
Yeah, he probably didn't know it was the history behind it.
I mean, that is the reason that got brought up is because he is supporting Palestine.
We've got another newbie.
It came out of the East Coast establishment. A lot of the writers who were based in New York City seem to just really focus on that for a while.
The thing that, I understand, that the tattoo's not important, but him joining, like, after he got out the Marines, he went and joined Blackwater. That does kind of concern me.
Well, I didn't even know that. I hadn't heard
Well,
that.
John Kennedy couldn't get elected because he was a Catholic. Reagan couldn't get elected because he was divorced. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, people can get past these things.
Yeah.
Oh, Governor Mills was an establishment Democrat. We have a very liberal legislature right now, totally dominated in Maine by the Democrats. They control both houses, and the Republicans have no power to block anything. And they passed all these progressive bills, and Mills vetoed them. And that pissed off a lot of Democrats in the state of Maine. Every time these progressive legislation came forward, she would veto it.
Huh.
And that's why she got the support of the National Party. And quite frankly, people in Maine were pissed off at her. The Democrats would not vote for her. And Plattner came along and he said all the right things. And that's why he's the candidate for the Democratic Party now. And they don't know what to do with him. They'd like to get rid of him, but they need that seat in the Senate if they're going to take control.
Yeah.
We've got another newbie over in comments.
2026. Welcome 2026. Welcome J-Main Fidel. And we're about done. We're actually at our hour. And trailmix.cc. Hey, both Mary and Tracy, get over on trailmix.cc. We also get into it over there. And actually some of this tracking you're doing of these right-wing groups, write some of that stuff down and put it in our comments so we can discuss it. I'm interested in that. I'm interested in following.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But trailmix.cc, it's real easy to comment over there. You just have to, the captcha I use is just 3 numbers.
Thank you, Mary and Tracy. Very enlightening today. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we recognize.
Thank you very much.
Tracy, you still there? Tracy?
Yeah. I'm still
Yeah, thanks for coming in. And we do this 11 o'clock every day, but then we're over at trailmix.cc the rest of the time. And we're going to finish up with, on Sundays, our man here, Whiskey Jack, is our DJ on Sundays. And we call it Sunday Serendipity. And he plays us some music. So I was going to take us out with what he had picked out for us, which was Aaron Copland's band.
There's a playlist. It's
very
a
interesting.
playlist.
Very interesting.
Of music airs, and most of the playlist is from the ballet that
Rodeo.
Rodeo, yeah.
Rodeo, yeah.
Well, you know, if you're down in Oklahoma and Texas, it's rodeo, and if you're out in California, it's rodeo, right?
Well, these are the times. I think Aaron Copland's Fanfare for the Common Man. We used it in the 1976 Jimmy Carter campaign when we were trying to take over. And
I like it.
Yeah, it's a great song even now. I think the Socialist Democrats ought to pick up this song and use it because it's inspiring. Anyway,
that video with the guys with the orchestra on the lawn with the kettle drums and the trumpets.
Yeah.
That was terrific.
Yeah, here it is. Here's the whole song.